Bonjour, IWC. Je m'appelle Ringside Renaissance. We want Kross. Quebec City, do you want Kross? Because I didn't hear you, and I was on Busted Open. Ringside Renaissance was representing. So Pretty Deadly Jesse, we got a lot to talk about, and we want Kross. So let's get into it. Ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here talking everything WWE and Karrion Kross, the We Want Kross movement. Busted Open, Ringside Renaissance. We got a whole lot to get into, man. And of course, I'm here. Yeah. With the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, Pretty Deadly Jesse. Yeah, and I'm the infamous Andrew Kombat Jones. Yeah, the infamous guy that was in the crowd on Monday Night Raw for Netflix in Quebec City with the We Want Kross sign. Yeah.
Wow.
Making waves.
You
Crazy.
know you made it. Bro, you know you made it when Busted Open Radio knows who you are, reaches out to you to be on their show to talk about the experience and your lack of crowd control with starting the We Want Kross chants. I mean, that was, you tried your best. You were out there, you were doing your thing, man. And you said we're talking all things WWE minus Karrion Kross because he is no longer a part of the WWE as of last Sunday. You know, he had been on social media. He had been on Ariel Helwani, and he had talked about how somehow or another, from what I got of it, Scarlett wasn't part of the deal. They offered him a deal, but Scarlett wasn't part of it, so he just decided to kind of step away from it. They pulled back the deal, I guess. So
allegedly, that's what we know. That's what he said on the show, and he's accepting booking other places. But man, it's been a hell of a ride the last few days and everything. Kind of a whirlwind of what happened. Everybody tuning in, we appreciate you reaching out, and of course, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, and you already know.
I have now promoted Ringside Renaissance, available sometimes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but you can get the latest episode on YouTube. So
shout out Dave Legreca, Bully Ray, Busted Open, Sirius XM. Go check them out. Yes. Anyways, I want to break it down for everybody how this whole thing started. And how this whole moment started, because I had planned on going to WWE. I had went to WWE SmackDown in Montreal to start with, which was good. I had the tickets up high. I ended up looking at the tickets, and I've always wanted to go to Quebec City. Beautiful place, by the way. I'll share photos. And it was cool. The tickets were like the same price to be on the entrance ramp on the floor that I pretty much paid to go to sit in the nosebleeds for SmackDown. I would assume it's because John Cena was there, right? So this whole thing started, and I wanted to go because I heard Punk was opening the show. That's why I was like, okay, I'm sold. Yeah. So shout out to Clint with NAP and WWE, part of the truckers on the staff, told me to go up there, hit him up, and I was up there. So I had to go up because I knew Punk was going to be there, and I was like, damn, I've been going hard lately. SummerSlam, SmackDown. Might as well hit up Raw. It's close, right? Went to see Punk. The Karrion Kross documentary, The Killer 2, drops. And it stirs up a whole bunch of shit the night before. And I'm like, I got to make a We Want Kross sign. I got to get into this. I got to start the chants. So I put it out there and I said, I'm going to make a sign. I'm going to be there and I'm going to get this thing going. And then that just started a wildfire.
Can't put out a wildfire, man. Well, but shout out to Canadian wildfires.
Yeah. We want all the smoke.
Yeah. No, from my perspective, it was funny because you had went to SummerSlam. You said you were going to go to SmackDown because it was in Montreal.
Yep.
But earlier in the week, if anybody hadn't seen an earlier episode, you had ran into like the production crew, the truck drivers in your hometown,
Yes.
driving by, and they had kind of like put you on to going up and meeting them up there and stuff like that. So then you go to the Quebec City. I had no clue because you said, "Hey, I got good tickets, so they're by the entrance ramp, whatever." I had
Right.
no clue when I turned into Raw. My boy Combat Jones would be right behind CM Punk's shoulder, your hero's shoulder, but you don't have a
Yes.
CM Punk sign. You don't
No, that's
have
the
a
crazy
Ringside
part of it.
Renaissance sign. You had a
No.
We Want Cross sign going crazy. It was
Yes.
so good.
And I made
so
a
good.
video. I had made the picture of the video the night before saying it, and it started picking up some momentum on X pretty much, and Instagram a little bit, and TikTok, and it started catching on, and people were like, oh shit, we got to go now because the documentary came out. Documentary kind of ended in a weird way, like it kind of left a lot of questions unanswered, which I still feel is somewhat the case, but that's a whole nother story.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. But so that started catching on. So I'm on my way to Quebec City now, the next morning, and I got the sign, and I make a video and I say, I'm on my way here. Let's go. We're about to do this. The momentum keeps building. I showed the sign. I let them know. People were like, you better start the chants. You got to start the chants. I just appreciate everybody reaching out, and the whole cult of Kross out there. Yeah.
Can I pause you just for a second? I was told by Dave Meltzer that all the signs, like We Want Cross signs, were confiscated on Monday Night Raw. Is this a true thing, Combat Jones? Your sign got confiscated and you weren't able to be all over Netflix with a We Want Cross sign? That's what Wrestling Observer newsletter said. I just want to hear what you had to say about that.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer is an idiot. He needs to shut up. He gets -5.5 stars for that one, because I walked straight in with the sign, opened up, I saw other signs in the crowd too, made eye contact with some of the people. There was a couple of people trying to start the chants too, and get it going, but these Quebecians, these Quebec people, they just weren't having it, man. It wasn't le cool. They weren't we want la cross. They were looking at me like I was crazy. I was trying to start these chants, and they was looking at me like I was trying to get free healthcare or something. I don't know what the hell was going on. Like
they're Sammy fans, bro. That's Canada. You know what I mean? They thought you were lame for doing that because it just doesn't make a lot of sense going up to Canada and trying to get cross backing. You know what I mean? Like, especially with Sami Zayn coming out with everything going on. But
the seat was crazy. So I get there and I get the sign up. I take a picture. I said I'm here. Builds the momentum even more.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get the video of me holding the sign when they're playing the entrance music for WWE, the universe entrance or whatever you want to call it, and the intro, and that starts building, and I'm like, I'm in here. I got the sign. Nobody was taking signs. I didn't see anybody get told they couldn't have any sign at all. There was no security doing that. The most thing they were worried about was people standing up on chairs and blocking the aisles, and everybody was kept trying to talk to me, and I'm like, English. I don't know what you're saying. They're like, welcome. I was like, yeah. But you son of a bitch, you tabernacles, you Canadians, you don't know how to chant We Want Cross. What the hell is wrong with you? Unbelievable. I swear to God, I watched it back. I listened it back, not to get off the topic, but listening to them like chant, I swear to God, they were chanting more for LA Knight or just as loud for LA Knight than they were for CM Punk even. And it goes back to why they weren't chanting for Cross. It's like they had said this is the second time that WWE has ever been to Quebec City for an event.
Oh, okay.
So they were just happy for them to be there. So I understand it at that point. And had it been anywhere else, like it was in SmackDown, we heard the chants for We Want Cross in SmackDown now during the Sammy thing. So I tried chanting it all night, and it wouldn't catch on. During the backstage segments, I held up the sign in front of Sammy. Sammy looked right at it. I held up the sign in front of LA Knight. Punk saw the sign. I swear Braun Breaker, when he first came out, saw the sign and kind of nodded to me, and I nodded back, and then he went back into character. So, and then Punk had put out a tweet and saying, I appreciate everybody there. Loved all the signs. So did CM Punk like the Karrion Kross sign? I don't know. But
Now,
all respect to CM Punk, because I went there to see CM Punk, only expecting to see a promo and him talk some shit, and then my brain just got blown to bits because they're like, Paul Heyman comes out and we're gonna have a match now with LA Knight and CM Punk versus Braun, and somebody's gonna get punched in the face, and Seth Rollins, I'm gonna break your legs for real. Like, but shout out to everybody, man, with the cross. As soon as I put the sign up, my DMs in Twitter and X, they were going crazy. Everybody saw it. So shout out to everybody that tagged me, everybody out there in the We Want Cross movement, the Karrion Kross cult family, all that. Nothing but love. So much respect. Thank you.
man,
It was my 5 minutes of fame. I was on Netflix, baby, right next to my hero, CM Punk, rooting from that guy, Karrion Kross, representing for Ringside Renaissance. Let's go.
Now, I could tell you a few things what you had to say there, man. Like when you say Quebec City was going crazy for LA Knight, you got to remember that's Max Dupree. So they probably thought that LA Knight is Canadian because of his old gimmick that he had.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
That's fair.
But
yeah, they were crazy for
I'm not
Sammy,
exactly
though.
sure,
Yeah.
but like I saw it, like like you said on SmackDown, we heard the We Want Cross that's going crazy.
Yep.
Karrion Kross acknowledges it. It's just such a cool like thought process to imagine, because I joked with you, oh my god, you should have put up a Ringside Renaissance sign, we would have gone off the charts, everything else. It wouldn't have got as many waves as like us standing on business for what we believe in and what we have said for a long time, that Karrion Kross should be pushed. He should be a if not a main event guy, he should be a mainstay on WWE. I mean, this isn't something that we just kind of fell into or kind of just started saying out of nowhere, or we're not part of like this whole what do you call it, this movement where everybody just wants to be a part of something or part of this hashtag.
We've been pushing for a while. Yeah, we've been pushing for him for a while.
I gotta shout out this anti-hero, the last real champion on X at Second City, Vito, for sitting there and talking about all this bullshit. Like, if you go back, we have receipts about where we were with We Want Cross, and we will not be swayed by people that going on X and sitting there saying that we're a part of something. Like, we are.
Yeah,
probably one of the first.
We're not
people
jumping on the hype train. Yeah, we're not jumping on the bandwagon now. We've been on it. Before that, even so more with you. But like once he banished the Wyatt Six, the Wyatt Sucks and Uncle Howdy, we were on it, baby.
It was on.
These t-shirts ain't new. Like, but this is the infamous sign, and I'm gonna be there in Pandora's Box hopefully this next weekend. And
is that a strip club?
It kind of sounds like one, but or what, Pandora's Box, I think that's what it's called. But Karrion Kross, Killer Kross is going to be there, and hopefully I'm going to be showing up with my book to see him in Scarlet, and maybe he's going to sign the sign, or he wants to sign or something, the infamous sign. I mean, I was there repping. I'd like to say I planted the flag. It didn't catch on there. It wasn't crazy, but I'd like to think that I kind of got people going with it. And
you drew the line in the sand. You sure did.
I did. Sure. And shout out to Karrion Kross for giving us this kind of opportunity to a certain extent too, because we were able to, I don't want to say capitalize off of it, but kind of almost go viral with it to help him out in his movement too, for X and all that, and show our support. And it just did nothing but bring more people together and more wrestling fans together and get on the same page for the most part. And so we appreciate it at Ringside Renaissance.
Well, you got to think about it cool. Too. Like, as much as we support and back Karrion Kross, he follows us on X. He sees our posts. He likes our posts. Like there's both sides of support there. I should say, but and
shout out, man. Yeah, it's beautiful. And shout out to the Killer Kross Part 2 documentary available on YouTube. Almost at 1 million views, I believe. And our guy over at the Ruthless Wrestling made it on there talking about Karrion Kross. So all love to him too. So that's what's up. So go check out them on YouTube and all their accounts too. Yeah. Props props to them guys for that too. So it was cool watching it. I didn't see myself during it with the photo with the meet and greet, but I was right there, and it was awesome. It was cool seeing behind the scenes what was really happening and going through his head, and like seemed like a crazy weekend for him. And I had told him, I was like, enjoy the weekend, and he's probably freaking out, but we appreciate it all. And so you know, the event goes forward. Monday Night Raw was a success. I loved it. I thought it was a pretty solid show, but my notifications were just going crazy the whole time. Our notifications were going crazy the whole time. Like I said, shout out to everybody for that. I got back to the hotel. I looked, I think it was that night or in the morning. Then I look and I see Bully Ray from Busted Open, which is Busted Open podcast is the #1 wrestling podcast without a doubt. There's no argument about that. They are the ones. That's it.
Bingo.
They're the best ones out there. Bingo. Syndicated 24/7. Busted Open live. They got everybody. It's the place to be. So he said he dropped the number. And he said you should call in tomorrow morning, check it out between the times. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta call in now. Ringside Renaissance has gotta represent and show up. Kombat Jones gotta come out the cage. So you know, went down, woke up early, ate breakfast, had some coffee, called in, told the guy on the line. He was very cool. I was like, I'm the guy with the sign.
That's all you said?
Oh, I was like, I was the guy at Raw with the sign. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, hold on. We're going to get you on real soon. I waited a little while. They had to talk their shit, you know, shout out to Dave and Bully. But, man, it was crazy to get on. You know, we've been listening to this show for years now. You know, Tommy Dreamer, Bully Ray, Dave LaGreca. We seen Dave LaGreca's pink robe, his Cody Crybaby robe, when we went to the IWC, or the IWC
International Wrestling Hall of Fame,
Hall of Fame, in Albany, New York, at the MVP Arena there. So that was cool, and yeah, we're just big fans of the show, obviously. And then go on, like, I hope they didn't mind the disrespect, but shout out to you, Dave. Shout out to you, Bully. You never know when you're gonna get another moment, and you got to make the most of the moments that you have. So I tried to respectfully the most plug ourselves.
Now, did you
Right
think
off.
about it?
Yeah.
Did you think about it this way, Kombat Jones? Now, you single-handedly made the Ringside Renaissance an internationally known product because you were on Canadian TV and a U.S.
Yes.
radio station in the same week. Wow.
That's
Isn't that
true.
an amazing thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that great, man?
Yep.
Now, I got to say, too, is like, shout out to you, like I said, for everything. Like you kind of just putting your foot forward and doing all this stuff for us. And I really appreciate that, man. But like,
Hey.
man, it just hypes me up to want to get out there. You know what I mean? I was so pumped. I was so excited for you. And at the end of the day, you know what's really funny is that like our personalities are like, I'm kind of like the outspoken one and you're the quiet, reserved one. But like you've been really out there, and I'm like appreciating like you coming out of your shell like this. Like it's really an interesting thing to see, and I hope everybody appreciates like how much Kombat Jones is like putting into this whole thing and really supporting the We Want Kross movement. And I know for sure Karrion Kross appreciates what you're doing for the movement, bro.
Well, I appreciate everybody else, and I appreciate you saying that. And you know, that's how it is. I am reserved. I am kind of an introvert, and I'm trying to get out there more, and I am shy. But you know, from the music days, when I get up on stage and the bright lights are on, I show up. I block everything out, and I show up. And once they let me on that call line, I let them have it. I let it go. With all due respect, Dave LaGreca, I love you. I love you, Bully. I had to plug it. I said, yes, I was the one there with the sign at WWE Raw in Quebec City. And I'm Andrew Kombat Jones from the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Bully's like, and he's hold up. Next words I want to hear you is say thank you. And I gave them their respect, and they were cool about it. And Dave LaGreca was even giving us some advice and said that he subscribes now. Dave LaGreca, Busted Open, subscribes to Ringside Renaissance.
It's a wild
He's
thing,
a fan,
man.
hopefully. He was going to check it out, giving us advice. And now we're technically almost kind of syndicated. We're affiliated to a certain extent. Like
That's
you said,
bro.
part of it all. Like, Man,
Wow.
it's beautiful.
And, you know,
it's beautiful.
I gotta say too, because in the moment, Dave Legreca started clowning me, and you stood up for me, bro. I have
Yeah.
to say, I appreciate that, man. I was like listening to
Yeah.
it, and when he was like, "What the hell is this guy doing? What the hell is this guy doing?" and I said, "Oh no." And you fucking stuck to your guns, bro. I
Yep.
really
Yep.
appreciate that, man. Like you could have went the other way and said, "Yeah, screw
Threw you
that
under the
guy.
bus.
Give me
Yeah.
give me your
me a
nighttime
job.
show." But I really do appreciate it, man. You sticking
Yeah.
by me,
Yeah.
bro. That's
It could have
you're
went.
a real one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got you, man. Always day one ish. You
It's
know,
a
it could
ish.
have went that beginning from when Bully hit me back with it too, and I think I clapped back just fine, and I came back with it, and I showed them their respect, and I think they were respective and acknowledging the moment that I had, and realizing it's like, yeah, we got to put ourselves out there and promote, and they gave us the rub. We got the rub from Busted Open.
I have now promoted Ringside Renaissance, available sometimes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Where you can get the
All the
latest
time now.
episode
All the
on
time.
YouTube. So
Yeah. So, Dave Legreca, if you're listening, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. We love Busted Open. And hey, if you need somebody to fill some time spots or call up from time to time, Ringside Renaissance, nobody does it better than us. And
except for you guys. Yeah.
Except for you guys, of course. Yeah, but you know, nobody would be here with this wrestling podcast and real journalism type of stuff with the real people that are really in the know, that have the real knowledge, and that's all of y'all. So we appreciated everything. But you know, you want to give a job, you want to give some time slots. Like, we love Sirius XM, satellite radio, Spotify, Apple Music. We great companies. So
And hey, listen, I'm not too much on my high horse to say I'll take a rub from Bully Ray anytime. So
I was hoping Bully was going to offer to put me through a table. And you know, I got to shout out to AJ Galante too, because like, he wanted to get put through a table. I mean, maybe we could make all this happen with a Busted Open, Danbury Trasher type of Ringside Renaissance collaboration. You never know. So
dream big, my man. Dream big.
Hell yeah. So what an experience it was. It was crazy. And then of course the notifications went crazy again. We just heard you on Busted Open. Congratulations. I said, thank you so much for the support. You know, Ringside Renaissance, we're just out here repping, doing our job, and we are the man of the people. And I did want to show love to Tommy Dreamer, like I had said too, because we have all the Karrion Kross fans and the people that are the real diehards, and they've been freaking out and kind of freaked out over the whole contract situation. And they're probably depressed, and they don't know what's going to happen. But like Tommy Dreamer had told me when I had reached out to him when Punk got fired and the whole thing happened with AEW, he's like, just stay calm, man. Be patient. The show goes on. Be positive. And that's what I was trying to say, and ended on that note. And I appreciate them letting me do that. And that's my words to all the Karrion Kross fans out there, is just stay positive and be patient, and things are going to happen. It's going to happen. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be fine. I promise you that.
And my final word to all this is that, like, as much momentum as he has built for himself, and that groundswell, like that backing that he's had for quite a while now, but that's all organic, and like the people chose Karrion Kross. This isn't like this isn't like the We Want Truth movement, where it's like, hey, Truth's just a funny guy. We like having him. He's a good guy. Like, I think people are truly behind Karrion Kross right now. And
hell yeah.
Like, first of all, my thoughts are WWE isn't going to let that groundswell, like that backing, go anywhere. Like, there's no way that they're not going to continue to capitalize on what Karrion Kross has built organically through himself, through the IWC, through like what he's done on TV. I think that when WWE sees dollar signs, they're going to jump. So like you said, Karrion Kross isn't going nowhere. And guess what? If he does go somewhere, he's bringing all this momentum with him wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So
his price went up. Yeah. It's never happened. And like he had said, like, nothing has ever happened with like a contract, like in this kind of way before. Like, it's such an odd way everything is kind of worked out. So I would just say, you know, be patient and stay tuned, because things are coming. And you got to remember, like, it may have not been a work whatever. Maybe some people still think it is, it isn't. He got the rub from Paul Heyman, Ariel Helwani, which was a big deal and which means a lot. Paul Heyman was looking right at the sign at Raw. And so, remember WrestleMania, he didn't get his WrestleMania moment last year, and it was in his hometown. He did get the promo, which may have got him in a little bit of trouble, like he explained, but it was all under good intentions, and it really hooked us and captivated us and raised his stock and really opened people's eyes. It was amazing. And you got to remember, this next WrestleMania, where is it? Again, Las Vegas. So what would be even better, even if it's not a work, have faith, give it some time. They may work something out, and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
He's been not under contract from WWE for almost a week now, and he was a top merch seller this past week. So
still, and check out his book.
There.
Check out his book too. Go get his book. Grab his book. I started reading it already online, and it's really good. It's really great, really inspiring, and a great story. So I can't wait to get through it and continue reading it. But man, shout out to everybody out there that showed love for the whole We Want Kross stuff, and for everybody that's came in to the whole Ringside Renaissance movement right now. We appreciate you on all the platforms that have showed love that are new to this and new to us here. Please check out our content. And, we're from New York. We're just big wrestling fans. We grew up. We've known each other since we've been in diapers.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and we've been watching wrestling since the beginning. From then, we've had this channel for about a year and a half now, and we just do what we love, and we love talking about wrestling and making it funny and bringing you the takes and saying the stuff some people don't want to say. And we're going to continue to do that and continue pushing. And this is just the beginning, man. This is just the beginning. I have great feeling about this, and we're just staying positive and speaking it all into existence. So get us on radio, get us on TV, get us a show. God damn it. Let's make it happen. But shout out to everybody out there, and welcome to the new Ringside Renaissance family. We appreciate everybody out there. Hit us up in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe. Our DMs, our comments, our mentions are always open on all platforms. So we appreciate you, and nothing but love. Nothing but love. Thank you so much. We Want Kross, baby. Karrion Kross. Thank you. Thank you for all the entertainment and everything you do and making all this stuff possible, for giving us something very interesting and entertaining to talk about, because that's what it's all about.
Well said. I couldn't have said it any better myself, man. I'm proud of you, bro. Proud of you.
Thank you. Shout out to Busted Open. You already know. Karrion Kross. Yeah.